Welcome to Earth's Audible Odyssey, where each episode takes you on a journey through the wonders of our planet. In our last adventure, we explored the incredible world of the octopus, marveling at its intelligence and adaptability. Today, we immerse ourselves in the realm of one of the ocean's most magnificent creatures, the humpback whale. These gentle giants are renowned for their enchanting songs and breathtaking acrobatics. As we dive into their world, we'll follow the epic journey of a young calf, witnessing its growth, challenges, and the intricate social bonds that define its life. Our voyage begins in the warm, crystal-clear waters surrounding the Hawaiian Islands. The sun hangs high in the sky, casting shimmering patterns of light that dance across the gentle swells. A soft, tropical breeze carries the fragrant scent of distant flowers, mingled with the salty tang of the ocean. Above, seabirds glide effortlessly, their calls echoing like distant laughter. Beneath the tranquil surface lies a world teeming with life and color. As we descend into the azure depths, the water embraces us with its soothing warmth. Rays of sunlight penetrate the sea, illuminating vibrant coral reefs bustling with activity. Schools of tropical fish weave through the corals in flashes of iridescent blues, yellows, and reds. The subtle sounds of the ocean surround us. The gentle sway of the currents, the distant crackle of shrimp, and the omnipresent melodic songs of the humpback whales. Drawn by these enchanting melodies, we venture further into the underwater expanse. Suddenly, emerging from the cerulean backdrop, we glimpse her, a majestic humpback whale. She is graceful and immense, moving with a slow, deliberate rhythm that commands respect and awe. Her skin is a mosaic of dark grey and white, dappled with unique markings that tell the story of her individual journey. Long, wing-like pectoral fins glide effortlessly at her sides, and as she swims, sunlight dances along the ridges of her massive body. Beside her is her newborn calf, staying close to the comforting presence of its mother. The calf measures around 15 feet in length, a mere fraction of its mother's size, but already displays an innate curiosity about the world around it. Its skin is smooth and unblemished, a deep slate color that contrasts with the crystalline water. The calf's movements are tentative, its tail flukes fluttering as it learns to navigate this vast new environment. The bond between mother and calf is immediate and profound, forged in the very first moments of the calf's life. With a gentle but purposeful nudge, the mother encourages her calf upward. It's time for the calf to take its first breath of air, a critical milestone in its early existence. The calf seems to understand, instinctively following her lead. Together, they ascend through the sun-dappled water, the surface growing brighter with each passing moment. Breaking through the waves, they exhale in unison, sending twin plumes of mist into the warm Hawaiian air. The sound is a sharp yet gentle whoosh, followed by the soft hiss of the spray dissipating. For the calf, this first breath is both exhilarating and overwhelming. A rush of new sensations as the world expands beyond the confines of the womb. The mother stays close, her massive body providing shelter and reassurance against the vastness of the open ocean. As they slip beneath the surface once more, the mother wraps a protective pectoral fin around her calf, drawing it near. She emits a series of low-frequency sounds, a soothing murmur that vibrates through the water, offering comfort and signaling her unwavering presence. The calf responds with a soft, high-pitched squeak, the beginnings of its own voice in the underwater symphony. The mother begins to swim, slowly at first, allowing the calf to match her pace. They glide over gardens of coral, where brightly colored fish scatter at their approach. A curious sea turtle pauses to observe them before paddling away into the blue. The calf's eyes are wide, taking in the kaleidoscope of life and color that surrounds them. It moves closer to its mother, occasionally brushing against her side as if to reassure itself of her constant companionship. They venture into areas where shafts of sunlight pierce the depths, creating pillars of light that shimmer with tiny particles, plankton and microscopic organisms that form the foundation of the ocean's food chain. The calf reaches out with its tiny flippers, attempting to touch the swirling particles, fascinated by their movement. Throughout the day, the mother continues to guide and teach. She demonstrates how to surface and breathe efficiently, how to dive and control buoyancy, and begins introducing the calf to the complex language of whale songs. Her vocalizations range from deep, resonant moans to intricate sequences of clicks and whistles. The calf listens intently, its nascent brain absorbing the patterns and rhythms that are essential to humpback communication. As the sun begins to set, the ocean transforms into golden hues. The light softens, casting a warm glow over the sea. Bioluminescent creatures start to awaken, and the water around them sparkles like a starry sky. Tiny organisms emit pulses of light, trailing luminescent ribbons as the mother and calf pass by. The calf is entranced by this nightly spectacle, twisting and turning in gentle rolls to watch the glowing particles drift by. Night envelops the ocean, but the world beneath the waves remains vibrant. The mother leads her calf to a quiet lagoon sheltered by towering volcanic cliffs. Here, the water is calm, and the sounds of the open ocean are muted. They rest, floating gently in the water column. The calf nestles close, feeling the steady rhythm of its mother's heartbeat echoing through the water. In the quiet darkness, the mother hums a soft lullaby, a series of gentle tones that soothe the calf into a peaceful slumber. The vast ocean seems to pause, honoring this intimate moment between mother and child. Overhead, the moon casts a silvery path across the water's surface, and the distant songs of other humpback whales weave a tranquil harmony. This first day is just the beginning of the calf's incredible journey. It has taken its inaugural breaths, felt the embrace of the ocean, and begun to understand the profound connection it shares with its mother. The lessons learned in these early hours will form the foundation of its survival and growth. Together, they will face the wonders and challenges of the deep, their lives intertwined in the timeless dance of the sea. In the sheltered base of Hawaii, the mother nurtures her calf, providing rich milk that fuels rapid growth. The calf often swims beneath her, seeking comfort and warmth. We watch as they navigate the tranquil waters, the calf mimicking its mother's every move. It practices breaching, leaping out of the water with youthful exuberance, and tail slapping, learning the physical skills it will need to survive. The warm waters serve as a nursery, not just for this pair, but for many humpbacks. The whales communicate through complex songs that echo through the sea, a symphony of clicks, whistles, and haunting melodies. These sounds are vital for social bonding and play a crucial role in the calf's auditory development. As weeks turn into months, the calf's confidence grows. It begins to interact with other young whales, engaging in playful sparring and synchronized swimming. These interactions are more than mere play. They are essential lessons in social structure and communication within the pod. The calf's movements become more assured. Its once tentative flutters evolve into powerful strokes. It explores the coral reefs, marveling at the myriad of marine life that thrives there. Schools of brightly colored fish scatter as it approaches, and sea turtles glide gracefully by, offering silent companionship. The mother continues to guide her calf, teaching it to identify different sounds and scents in the water, skills crucial for navigation and awareness. She introduces it to the concept of echolocation, demonstrating how to emit sounds that bounce off objects, revealing their location and size. The calf practices eagerly, its clicks and whistles echoing playfully through the depths. One day, the calf witnesses its mother breaching, the awe-inspiring act of launching her massive body out of the water and crashing back down with a thunderous splash. Inspired, the calf attempts to imitate her. Gathering speed, it propels itself upward, emerging partially from the water before slipping back beneath the surface. Undeterred, it tries again and again, each attempt bringing it closer to mastering this impressive feat. Their days are filled with exploration and learning. The calf discovers the joy of riding ocean currents, allowing the natural flow to carry it effortlessly through the sea. It learns to avoid potential dangers, such as sharp coral formations and lurking predators. The mother's vigilance never wavers, her protective presence ensuring the calf's safety. As the calf grows, it begins to understand the complex social structures of humpback whales. It observes adults engaging in courtship displays and listens to the intricate songs sung by males to attract mates. These songs are ever-changing, with new patterns and themes developing over time. The calf listens intently, its mind absorbing the rich sounds that define its species. As the tropical sun reaches its zenith, the once balmy waters around Hawaii begin to subtly shift. A delicate chill pervades the currents, and the days grow imperceptibly shorter. The ocean's hue deepens, and the vibrant corals seem to glow with a softer light. It's as if nature itself is signaling a change, a whisper that resonates deep within the humpback whales. The mother whale senses this transformation instinctively. Her internal clock, honed by years of migration cycles, tells her it's time to leave these nurturing waters. The calf, now several months old, has grown robust and agile, its once smooth skin now bearing the faint tracings of barnacles. The mother's gentle demeanor shifts subtly as she prepares her offspring for the journey ahead. One morning, as the first light of dawn paints the sky in shades of rose and gold, the mother communicates the impending departure. Through a series of nuanced vocalizations and body language, a slight tilt of the head, a prolonged gaze towards the open sea, she conveys the significance of what's to come. The calf responds with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, sensing the gravity of the moment. They gather with other whales who have also heeded the call. The ocean is alive with movement and sound as the pod assembles. Mature whales, adolescents and calves align in a loose formation, their songs intertwining in a complex chorus that echoes for miles. These melodies carry the collective memory of generations, mapping the migratory route they are about to undertake. As the sun fully emerges above the horizon, the pod begins its journey. The mother leads the way, her movements confident and purposeful. The calf stays close, matching her pace, its tail flukes slicing through the water with newfound strength. The vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean stretches before them, a boundless frontier that is both daunting and exhilarating. The initial days are filled with wonder. The calf marvels at the changing seascape, the water's temperature gradually dropping, the hues shifting from the turquoise clarity of the tropics to the deeper blues of the open ocean. The familiar landmarks of home fade into the distance, replaced by endless horizons and the rhythmic rise and fall of ocean swells. Guided by an internal compass, the whales navigate with astonishing precision. Scientists believe they utilize the Earth's magnetic fields, the position of the sun and stars, and even the taste of the water to chart their course. The mother imparts this knowledge to her calf, not through explicit instruction, but through the shared experience of the journey, a silent education woven into the fabric of their migration. As they venture further from the equator, the ocean reveals its true immensity. The once calm and sheltered waters give way to the raw power of the high seas. Towering waves rise and fall like rolling mountains, their white caps foaming in the wind. The sky stretches endlessly above, sometimes a brilliant canvas of blue, other times shrouded in storm-laden clouds. The calf encounters its first storm several weeks into the journey. Dark clouds gather on the horizon, and the wind intensifies, whipping the surface into a frenzy. Rain pelts down, obscuring visibility. The ocean churns unpredictably, waves crashing and colliding in chaotic patterns. Amidst the turmoil, the mother remains a steadfast guide. She adjusts her swimming pattern, slicing through the water at a depth that offers some respite from the storm's fury. The calf struggles initially, its smaller body buffeted by the currents. But necessity breeds adaptation. It learns to synchronize its movements with the rhythm of the sea, conserving energy by riding the underwater swells. Muscle by muscle, stroke by stroke, it grows stronger, its endurance building with each challenge overcome. During calmer days, the monotony of the open ocean sets in. There are no coral reefs or coastal landmarks, just the vast expanse of water meeting sky. Yet, life abounds in these pelagic zones. One afternoon, a massive shadow passes beneath them. A whale shark, gentle and immense, filtering plankton with its gaping mouth. The calf is awestruck by the creature's size and the serenity of its movement. Another day, a flotilla of jellyfish drifts by, their translucent bells pulsing rhythmically. The calf approaches cautiously, intrigued by their ethereal glow, but wary of their stinging tentacles. The mother gently steers it away, guiding it back on course. Playful pods of spinner dolphins frequently join the whales, their acrobatic leaps and spins adding levity to the journey. The dolphins dart around the calf, encouraging it to join their games. For brief periods, the seriousness of migration gives way to moments of joy and camaraderie. The calf learns that even amidst hardship, there is room for play. Occasionally, they cross paths with creatures from the ocean's depths, being seldom seen near the surface. One moonlit night, the water comes alive with the glow of bioluminescent plankton. As the whales move through the sea, they leave trails of shimmering light. From the depths, eerie forms rise. A school of lanternfish, their bodies emitting a faint luminescence. The calf watches in wonder as the boundary between sea and stars blurs. Navigating through areas of sparse food presents another challenge. The mother, relying on her fat reserves, begins to show signs of weariness. The calf, still dependent on her milk, senses her fatigue. It's a harsh lesson in the realities of survival. The mother pushes onward, driven by the knowledge that the feeding grounds lie ahead, where abundance awaits. Human-made obstacles also appear. The distant hum of ship engines vibrates through the water, growing louder as massive vessels approach. The mother teaches the calf to recognize these sounds and to dive deep to avoid the dangers they pose. Discarded fishing nets, nearly invisible in the water, drift like ghostly traps. The calf learns to be vigilant, its eyes scanning the water for these silent threats. One afternoon, the serenity is shattered by a cacophony of clicks and whistles. Pilot whales passing nearby. Their calls are intense, almost frantic. The calf feels a sense of unease, but also curiosity. The mother guides it away, sensing potential danger or competition. The open ocean is a place where territories overlap, and not all encounters are benign. Despite the challenges, the journey is filled with moments of profound beauty. Sunsets paint the sky in hues of orange and purple, reflected on the water's surface like a masterpiece. The stars at night are brilliant, uninhibited by light pollution. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens, a celestial guide pointing them toward their destination. The calf grows not just in size, but in wisdom. It begins to understand the subtle cues of the ocean, the temperature shifts that signal currents, the salinity changes that hint at nearby landmasses, the patterns of the wind and waves. Its songs evolve, incorporating new melodies learned from others during the migration. These vocalizations serve both as a means of communication and as a way to map the vastness of the sea. As they approach the colder latitudes, the water's hue deepens to a darker blue, and the air carries a crispness unfamiliar from their tropical home. The calf's blubber thickens, providing insulation against the dropping temperatures. Seabirds, such as albatrosses and petrels, become frequent companions, gliding effortlessly above the waves, their keen eyes scouting for schools of fish. The calf realizes that the journey is as much about the trials faced along the way as it is about reaching the destination. The open ocean, once a daunting expanse, has become a teacher, imparting lessons that cannot be learned in the sheltered bays of Hawaii. The mother, ever watchful, knows that these experiences are shaping her offspring into a capable and resilient whale. Together, they have braved storms, navigated treacherous waters, and avoided unseen dangers. The calf has learned to trust its instincts, honed by the wisdom passed down through generations. As they near the polar feeding grounds, a sense of anticipation fills the water. The calf can detect faint echoes of songs from other pods that have already arrived. The challenges of the open ocean are behind them for now, but the journey of growth and discovery continues. The calf is ready to embrace the next chapter, armed with the knowledge and confidence gained during this remarkable migration. After weeks of relentless travel across the vast Pacific, the pod finally senses a change in the water. The temperature drops noticeably and the salinity shifts, a sign that they are nearing the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the polar regions. The calf, now stronger and more resilient, swims alongside its mother, feeling a mix of fatigue and anticipation. The tropical blues of the open ocean give way to deeper, steelier hues. The air carries a crisp bite, and the scent of ice mingles with the salty sea. As they approach the feeding grounds, the landscape transforms dramatically. Towering icebergs, some as large as small islands, drift silently by, their surfaces shimmering with shades of white and azure. The sun hangs low on the horizon, casting elongated shadows and bathing the sky in a palette of pinks, purples, and golds. The calf gazes in awe at this stark and majestic world, so different from the warm paradise it left behind. The waters here are teeming with life. Swarms of krill and schools of herring move in massive clouds beneath the surface, attracted by the abundant plankton blooms fueled by the sun's extended presence during the polar summer. Seabirds like albatrosses and petrels wheel overhead, their keen eyes scanning for fish driven to the surface by underwater commotion. It is in this bountiful environment that the calf witnesses one of the most extraordinary behaviors of its species: bubble net feeding. The mature whales in the pod begin to organize, communicating through a series of complex vocalizations that resonate through the deep. The calf watches intently as a group of adults dives deep beneath a dense school of herring. From the depths, the whales release spiraling streams of bubbles that ascend in coordinated patterns. These bubbles form an invisible net, a cylindrical barrier that traps the fish and compresses them into an ever-tightening circle. The water above churns with the frantic movements of thousands of herring, their silver scales catching the refracted light and creating a dazzling spectacle. At the precise moment, the whales ascend rapidly, mouths wide open, throats expanding to engulf as many fish as possible. They break the surface in unison, the sheer force of their emergence sending sprays of water cascading around them. The sound is a thunderous roar followed by the cacophony of gulls and other seabirds diving to snatch escaping fish. The calf is mesmerized by this display of teamwork and ingenuity. Eager to participate, it attempts to mimic the adults. Diving beneath a smaller school of fish, it tries to release bubbles, but its efforts are uncoordinated. Instead of a steady stream, bubbles escape in random bursts, and the fish easily evade the makeshift trap. Undeterred, the calf observes the adults more closely, noting the timing and the way they swim in tight circles while releasing a continuous flow of bubbles. Over the following days, the calf practices diligently. Its mother offers guidance, demonstrating the technique with patience. Gradually, the calf begins to control its buoyancy and breath, producing more consistent bubbles. The breakthrough comes when the calf successfully contributes to a bubble net. As the fish are corralled and the whales surge upward, the calf joins them, feeling the rush of water and the thrill of the hunt. Surfacing with a mouthful of fish, it experiences a profound sense of achievement. The adults acknowledge its success with gentle nudges and encouraging vocalizations, reinforcing the social bonds within the pod. This cooperative feeding strategy not only ensures an abundant food supply, but also cements the intricate relationships among the whales. The calf's inclusion marks its transition from a passive observer to an active participant, a pivotal step in its journey toward maturity. The polar summer days are long, and the feeding is plentiful. The calf's body begins to accumulate layers of blubber, providing essential insulation against the frigid waters. It explores the icy environment with newfound confidence, weaving between ice floes and diving beneath the glassy surfaces of icebergs. The underwater world here is a labyrinth of light and shadow, with beams of sunlight penetrating the ice, creating ethereal patterns that dance across the seabed. Amidst the abundance, the calf also learns the importance of balance within the ecosystem. It observes how the whales feed without depleting the fish populations, moving to different areas to allow for replenishment. These lessons in sustainability are woven into the fabric of their existence, passed down through generations. Yet, the polar regions are as perilous as they are bountiful. The calf soon discovers that survival here requires vigilance and respect for the unforgiving environment. One crisp, clear day, while the pod rests after a successful feeding session, the calf's curiosity draws it away from the group. Entranced by the playful antics of a colony of penguins sliding off an ice shelf, it ventures further into unfamiliar waters. As it approaches the penguins, they scatter abruptly, a ripple of alarm passing through the colony. The calf senses a sudden tension in the water. A shadow moves beneath the surface, a pod of orcas on the hunt. Known as the wolves of the sea, orcas are apex predators, and a solitary young humpback makes an appealing target. The orcas communicate with rapid clicks and whistles, coordinating their approach. They begin to encircle the calf, their sleek black and white bodies cutting through the water with lethal grace. The calf feels a surge of fear, its heart pounding as it realizes the imminent danger. It tries to call out, but its voice is strained, the sound swallowed by the vastness of the ocean. Just as the orcas close in, a powerful series of deep calls resonates through the water. The adults have heard the calf's distress. The pod charges toward the scene, their massive forms slicing through the depths with urgency. The mother leads the way, her eyes fixed on her offspring. Reaching the calf, the adult humpbacks position themselves defensively. They form a protective ring around the youngster, facing outward toward the threat. With deliberate movements, they slap their tail flukes and pectoral fins against the surface, creating loud reverberations that serve as both a warning and a show of strength. The orcas, though formidable, recognize the challenge posed by the united front of the adult humpbacks. They probe the perimeter, but each advance is met with resolute resistance. The whales emit low-frequency vocalizations that convey aggression and determination. After a tense standoff, the orcas decide to seek easier prey, disappearing into the depths as swiftly as they had appeared. The calf is shaken but unharmed. The adults surround it, their bodies providing warmth and reassurance. The mother gently presses her forehead against the calf's, a gesture of comfort and solidarity. The experience leaves an indelible mark on the young whale, a profound understanding of the dangers that exist and the crucial importance of the pod's unity. In the following days, the calf remains close to the group, its earlier wanderlust tempered by caution. The adults take the opportunity to teach it about the signs of predators and the strategies for evasion and defense. They emphasize the significance of staying connected through vocalizations and the strength found in numbers. Nature's trials continue to test the calf. Sudden storms sweep across the polar seas, whipping the ocean into a frenzy of icy spray and towering waves. The calf learns to navigate these tempests by following the adults to deeper waters where the impact of the surface turmoil is less severe. It owns its ability to conserve energy, adjusting its buoyancy and movements to ride out the storms with minimal exertion. The calf also faces challenges posed by the environment itself. Treacherous ice formations can shift unexpectedly, creating hazards that require quick reflexes and keen awareness. One afternoon, the pod navigates through a narrow channel between icebergs. A sudden cracking sound echoes as a chunk of ice breaks away, plunging into the sea with a massive splash. The whales dive swiftly to avoid the falling debris, the calf mimicking their actions with growing agility. Through each trial, the calf's skills are sharpened. Its endurance increases, and its instincts become more finely tuned. The hardships faced in the polar regions are as much a part of its education as the feeding techniques and social behaviors. The calf begins to embody the resilience that defines its species, capable of thriving in some of the planet's most extreme environments. As the sun starts to dip lower each day, signaling the approach of polar winter, the pod prepares to return to warmer waters. The calf reflects an inner transformation mirrored by its physical growth. It has faced fear and emerged stronger, learned the value of cooperation, and deepened its connection to the pod. The journey back will present its own set of challenges, but the calf is no longer the naive youngster that first ventured into the open ocean. It is now a seasoned traveler, equipped with the knowledge and experience to navigate the seas ahead. As the golden hues of the polar summer give way to the softer light of approaching autumn, a subtle shift ripples through the ocean. The days grow shorter, and the sun dips lower on the horizon, casting elongated shadows over the icy expanse. The humpback whales sense the changing seasons. It's time to embark on the long journey back to the warm embrace of Hawaiian waters. The adolescent whale, once a curious calf, has grown significantly during its time in the nutrient-rich polar seas. Its body is now robust, layers of blubber insulating it against the cold and serving as vital energy reserves for the journey ahead. The experiences of the past months have honed its instincts and sharpened its skills. It has mastered the art of bubble net feeding, faced down predators, and navigated the complexities of pod dynamics. The pod gathers once more, their songs intertwining in a farewell to the bountiful feeding grounds. The young whale feels a mix of anticipation and nostalgia as they set off, the icy waters gradually giving way to the deep blues of the open ocean. The mother leads with steady confidence, her knowledge of the migratory route an invaluable guide. This return journey is different from the first migration. The young whale now contributes actively to the group's efforts, taking turns swimming at the front to break the water's resistance, a practice known as drafting that conserves energy for those behind. It sings more confidently, its vocalizations adding richness to the communal songs that help keep the pod connected over vast distances. Navigating by the stars and the Earth's magnetic fields, the whales traverse thousands of miles with remarkable precision. The adolescent whale marvels at the canopy of stars that unfolds each night, the constellations a familiar map etched into its memory. It begins to understand the subtle cues, the temperature gradients, the salinity changes, the prevailing currents that signal their progress. Drifting fishing nets, often unseen until it's too late, present peril. The whales must remain vigilant, their keen senses attuned to the slightest anomalies in the water. One afternoon, the pod encounters a patch of debris, a floating island of discarded plastics and tangled lines. The sight is sobering, a stark reminder of the impact of humans on the marine environment. The young whale follows its mother in a wide arc around the hazard, the experience imprinting caution into its instincts. Despite these challenges, the journey also offers moments of beauty and connection. The whales encounter other pods migrating along similar routes. They exchange songs and greetings, the ocean alive with their resonant communications. The adolescent whale engages in friendly competitions with peers from other groups, racing alongside them, breaching in unison, and sharing in the collective wisdom passed down through generations. The tropical waters gradually warm as they approach their destination. The familiar scents and sounds of Hawaii invigorate the pod. The young whale feels a surge of excitement, recognizing landmarks remembered from its earliest days. The journey has tested its endurance and expanded its understanding of the vast ocean world. At last, the silhouette of the Hawaiian Islands appears on the horizon, emerging like emerald jewels set against the turquoise sea. The sun bathes the landscape in golden light, and a warm breeze carries the fragrant aroma of tropical blossoms mingled with the salty air. The waters here are calm and inviting, a stark contrast to the tumultuous seas of the open ocean. The pod slows its pace, the tension of the long journey dissolving into joyful anticipation. As they enter the sheltered bays, the whales engage in exuberant displays. The adolescent whale breaches spectacularly, launching its now massive body into the air and crashing back down with a resounding splash. Tail slaps and fin waves send echoes across the water, signaling their return to any nearby whales. The communal songs begin anew, more intricate and melodic than ever. The adolescent whale contributes its voice confidently, the notes rich with the experiences of its migration. Reunions with other pods bring a flurry of activity. Whales that had taken different migratory paths converge, exchanging greetings through complex vocalizations and physical gestures. The adolescent whale recognizes familiar individuals, playmates from its calfhood, and elders who had offered guidance. There is a sense of kinship and continuity that permeates the warm waters. In the midst of this celebration, the young whale notices a new generation of calves. Tiny and curious, they swim close to their mothers, much as it once did. Drawn to them, the adolescent approaches gently, mindful of its size and strength. It offers playful nudges and swims alongside them, mirroring the actions its mother once performed. The calves respond with enthusiasm, their high-pitched squeaks filling the water. The adolescent whale takes on a mentoring role, teaching the calves simple games and introducing them to the broader pod. It demonstrates breaching and tail slapping, the calves attempting to imitate with endearing clumsiness. Through these interactions, the young whale solidifies its place within the community, contributing to the nurturing environment that is essential for the calf's development. The mother watches with a mixture of pride and contentment. Her offspring has grown into a capable and socially integrated member of the pod. The cycles of life continue unbroken, the knowledge and traditions passed along, the bonds between individuals strengthening the group as a whole. As days turn into weeks, the whales settle into the rhythms of island life. The adolescent whale explores the vibrant coral reefs, marveling at the colorful array of fish and marine creatures. It participates in complex social interactions, learning from the elders and forming deeper connections with its peers. One evening, as the sun sets in a blaze of oranges and purples, the adolescent whale floats near the surface, reflecting on its journey. The stars begin to emerge, the same constellations that guided it across the ocean. There is a profound sense of fulfillment, a recognition of its growth and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. Our journey with the humpback whale comes full circle. From a vulnerable calf sheltered in the warm Hawaiian waters to a seasoned traveler of the vast oceans. Its story echoes the rhythms of the natural world, cycles of departure and return, of challenge and triumph, of individual growth woven into the fabric of community. As we surface, the sun sets over the Hawaiian horizon, casting a warm glow over the tranquil sea. The humpback whale's songs fade softly, a lingering reminder of their incredible journey, a living symphony of resilience, learning, and the enduring bonds that define their existence. The sky transforms into a canvas of oranges and purples, and the first stars begin to shimmer above. Our gaze drifts toward the shoreline, where gentle waves kiss the sandy beach. There, emerging from the water's edge, we catch a glimpse of another ancient mariner, the green sea turtle. With deliberate grace, it makes its way onto the moonlit shore, its silhouette outlined against the twilight. Just as the humpback whales navigate the vast oceans, these remarkable reptiles embark on epic journeys of their own, facing challenges and perils along the way. The turtle pauses, gazing back toward the sea as if acknowledging the shared rhythms of life that connect all ocean dwellers. Its presence is a silent invitation to explore yet another captivating story hidden beneath the waves. Join us next time on Earth's Audible Odyssey as we delve into the life of the green sea turtle. We'll follow its journey from a tiny hatchling, braving the open ocean, to an adult guided by instincts that lead it back to the very beach where its life began. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and stay tuned for more explorations into our natural world.